Well, I remember you from a different occasion, and you remember me. You said I wasn't your kind. Oh, but baby, 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 I think we'd have a good time. You got the savoir-faire of a seasoned vet. I need a love affair, but I ain't seen nothing yet.
So, today's discussion, we'll be talking about abstinence-only education. What is abstinence? Abstinence is when you abstain from sexual activity. When can you participate in sexual activity? When you're married. Marriage is between a man and a woman, and when you get married and you're joined in this beautiful union, you can partake in it. Before then, it is a dangerous, dangerous act. You do not participate in it. Bad things will happen. Now, what does sexual activity mean? Before you do sexual activity, you are a virgin, which means that you are untouched, you are clean, and you are pure. Now imagine that you get a bag of candy. And in this, you reach in the candy and you feel something a little weird, and you realize some of the pieces have been chewed and spit back in. Now, would any of you like to eat that candy? No, because no one wants used candy. It's just like sex before marriage. If you have sex before marriage, no one's going to want you because you are used candy. Now, does anybody have any questions?
What are condoms for?
So abstinence only is a beautiful thing. You think it might be boring, but it's not. You can participate in many wholesome activities. You can go play kickball, and you can do many other different things. And it means that you're being safe. You care about your body, and you want people to respect you, because if you have sex before marriage, no one will respect you. Any questions?
So I'm here with Tara, and we're talking about abstinence-only education and how it affects GLBT. Tara, tell me a little about yourself.
Well, my name is Tara. I'm a junior here at the University of Minnesota. I came out as a lesbian when I was a freshman in college. In high school, my sexual education was very, this is anatomically, this is what sex is. These are forms of birth control, this is how you can use them. And just kind of like, these are STIs, this is what they are, these are the signs and symptoms. Just kind of very informative. They didn't push abstinence-only education, but they also didn't throw out condoms. It was very challenging at that time. I didn't know really, where I fit in. I had a hard time identifying myself, identifying with anyone for that matter. They didn't teach about, sex was a thing between a woman and a woman, or a man and a man, so it was a heteronormative learning, just anatomically, and just kind of even using protection, like what are you supposed to do, like what am I supposed to do if I'm having sex with another female. I just felt like I was so lost in the shuffle and didn't know where I fit in and what I was supposed to learn as a lesbian.
So when you did start experimenting sexually, did you think about contraceptives, or did you feel lost because you had no information on anything?
No, I didn't use anything. I didn't think that I really was at risk of STIs or HIV or getting pregnant. So I didn't do anything, and I actually ended up getting an STI from one of the females that I was in contact with sexually.
How do you think abstinence-only education applies to the GLBT community?
In my personal opinion, I don't think that it really applies to the GLBT community. Abstinence only, when you think of it, you think of, oh, not having sex because I'm not, to not get pregnant. They don't really touch on you're not doing it because you don't want to contract an STI or something that's, you can hide the fact that you have one. And I think that's challenging and doesn't work for the GLBT community because, you know, I can't get pregnant or I can't get someone pregnant. So it just seems kind of pointless, and I feel like it just kind of gets ignored even more, and we kind of push back against, you know, push against the man, and oh no, like it's not, abstinence-only education doesn't work, and we even rebel more and don't even think about protection for like our own safety and health reasons.
So, do you think there's something else that we could, like, people could do to help teens with your similar situations that you have, or change the curriculum high school has for same-sex education?
I really think that at least acknowledging that same-sex relationships exist, because I mean they didn't even talk about the possibility of, oh, maybe you will have an interaction with a female if you're a female, or an interaction with a male if you're a male. So I just think at least just addressing it, and just kind of addressing that, like, yes, you need to still use protection.
Part of abstinence-only education is religion and not waiting till marriage.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel?
Yeah, that also is a big tie into it. Personally, I am religious, and my religion does kind of focus on GLBT members and that they do exist and they do welcome them. But I know, I mean, the Catholic Church and many other religions aren't open and don't care about it. So I mean, there again, it's just abstinence only. Like, why listen? Because it's just someone else telling you that you're doing something wrong with your life.
I'm here with Jake. Jake, tell me a little bit about yourself.
My name's Jake. I'm a graduate of the U of M. I'm 22 years old. I grew up in Anoka, Minnesota, and I'm a homosexual. My sex education, it wasn't a comprehensive sex education. It was all like heterosexual based. It wasn't they didn't teach abstinence. They did teach birth control and things like that. So it was informative, but it could have been more. I wish they would have went into it more. It probably would have been a lot more helpful, like for people like me that were wondering if it was okay or whatever. But it wasn't talked about. So I think that's something that should be changed.
How did the sex education that you learned in high school prepare you for your relationships later on?
I think the main thing it taught me was just like to be safe, wear a condom or use protection, and that's about the main thing it taught me, and just how to know if you were infected or whatever, and what to do, and that's all I've really learned from it. I think abstinence-only education to begin with is kind of just flawed because it's not going to work, and also I think that focuses on only like the problems related with sex to getting pregnant, and that doesn't really apply to any GLBT young people, I suppose. So it's not a good form of education. I think it needs to be birth control and just condoms and things for safety purposes related to STDs needs to be stressed. Well, the whole waiting until marriage thing wouldn't really apply to LGBT youth at all anyways, because you can't get married. So I think that's another flaw in that approach, and I think that's another great reason to not use that approach. Personally, I lived in like an open family, and I wasn't out in high school, but I was aware of other kinds of relationships and other sexualities and things like that. And I was definitely aware of that, and I knew about it, and I kind of was exploring myself. But there are people that don't know and who live in other types of environments, and then coming to school, and then there it's not talked about or anything, so there's nowhere for them to really learn it. And I think those are the people that really lose in these situations with sex education.
You're stuck in your tracks. There's no turning back. I wish I could pull you close inside of me. Girl, if it's alright, 100%. It's intellectual, I wanna let you know I won't let you go until you say please. Girl, if it's alright,